Okay, so I am trying this with you guys for the third time. So if I seem speedy, it's because I'm getting a little burned out on this. First time I did the wrong lesson. Second time something popped up and I didn't save it, and now I'm back again doing this again. All right. So hopefully you guys are okay. I want you guys to watch the Abeka videos, especially for math. The other things, maybe not so much, but especially math, because you will be able to get the review that we won't do together. Oh, Morgan's texting me. Looks like I didn't give you guys the reading book. I'm going to go back to school tomorrow anyway and get that going. All right, I'll deal with that later. Anyway, look at the Abeka videos for math. And if you don't want to watch the whole thing, because I will go through these lessons with you, you can at least watch the review part so that you're getting some of that stuff you have to remember that we're not going to do while we go through this lesson. The other thing I want you to know, remember, usually you just do the review, but I want you to do the whole lessons. We normally do the whole lesson together anyway, or at least most of it. So I want you to do the whole lesson unless I tell you not to bother with something. And then if anything green, which there's no green on this lesson, would be extra credit. All right, so let's get started. All right, let's look up in the box. I'm going to use the box a little more this way. So first thing, let's remember what fractions are. Fractions are part of a whole. All right, so if we have this rectangle here, the blue section is half of the rectangle. All right, it's just half. Makes sense, right? Over here with our 4 little squares, 2 of the 4 squares are blue, so 2/4 are blue, and that reduces to 1/2. So percent is just another way to express a fraction. All right, percent means per 100. And it is this symbol right here that we use. So in our little rectangle over here, we have 1/2. 1/2 is 50%, because 50 and 50 would make 100. All right. Later on, you'll learn how to convert fractions to percents. You don't need to know that yet. You'll learn it in the future. But right now, what you're doing is you're memorizing these facts. 1/2 is 50%. All right. 1/4 is 25%. The way I remember 1/4. Oh, Morgan's still texting me. All right, I'm getting your text, Morgan. I don't know what I did with that reading book situation. I can't remember. All right, so remember quarters. There's 4 quarters, make $1. So I always think whenever I see 4 on the bottom of a fraction, I always think of quarters. And it takes 4 quarters to make $1. So 1 quarter would be 25 cents. 2 quarters is 50%. 2 out of 4 quarters, remember that's 1/2. That's 50%. 3 quarters or 3/4 would be 75%. When I see tenths, just think of dimes. Remember, there's dimes are 10 cents. There's 10 dimes in a dollar. So if you have 1 dime, that's 10 cents, 10%. 3 dimes would be 30%, or 30 cents. 7 dimes would be 70 cents. And 9 dimes would be 90 cents. Fifths just have to memorize. Let me erase this stuff. Isn't that cool? I can do that by just touching that thing up top. All right. So 1/5 is 20%. If you double that, 2/5 would be 40%. 3/5 is double that, 60%. And 4/5 is 80%. So you got to memorize those. The more you see them, the more you're going to recognize them. And there's more than these that you're going to memorize. But these are the ones they have right now. All right, so let's fill out the bottom here. Write the fraction and the percent for the blue part in each figure. So in this one, we have it divided into 4 spots. The blue is 1 out of the 4. So it's 1/4, and I don't make them slanted lines for my fractions. 1/4, if you look up top and you can't remember, is 25%. All right, this is divided up into 10, which I already know because I've already done this lesson. And you have one blue one, so that's 1 out of 10, which is 10%. I went way slower the first time, sorry. All right, here we have 5 little circles. 2 of those circles are blue. We're looking for the blue part. So 2 out of the 5, 2/5, is 40%. Here we have 4 pencils. 3 out of the 4, 3 out of the 4 is 75%. All right. Down below, we have a spinner, a game spinner. We have 1 through 10. And they want us to answer questions about that. So what is the probability? When you see the word probability, think of the word chance. What is the chance that the spinner will land on 6? Well, there's only one 6, yet there's 10 numbers. So the fraction, I'm going to write it real small here. It's 1 out of 10, and that would be 10%. What, sorry, what is the probability or chance that the spinner will land on an even number? Well, how many even numbers do we have on here? 1, 2, 3. Can you see that little marker? 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of them. 5 out of 10. Whoops. 5 out of 10 reduces, what does 5 out of 10 reduce to? 1/2, right? And that's 50%. What is the probability or chance that the spinner will land on a number that is less than 8? Well, how many numbers do we have less than 8? 1 through 7, which is 7 of them. 7 out of the 10 would be 70%. All right, now give me a second here, and I'm going to find the other page. There we go. All right. All right, hopefully I have my pencil still. All right, now in the back, I'm going to work my way through this. Before we do anything, I'm going to do this again, even though it did take a little while. I want to go over divisibility rules because we haven't talked about them in a while. So, how do we know if a number is divisible? Can it go in evenly into 2? Do you remember? It has to be an even number. So the last number has to be even. So if you look at this 172, does that go into 2? Yes, it does, because 2 is even. What's the rule for 3s? You add up the digits, remember? You add the digits and see if they go into 3. All right, so if I add up 1 plus 7 plus 2, that's a 10. Will that go into 3 evenly? No, so it doesn't go into 3. What about 4? It either has to end in 2 zeros or the last 2 digits have to go into 4, like say 24. Okay, so the last 2 digits are 72, and I'm going to take time to figure out like I did last time, but 72 does go into 4 evenly. So the whole number 172 will go into 4. 5, it has to end in a 0 or a 5, which this one doesn't, so it doesn't go into 5. 6, first of all, it has to be even. Is this number even? It is. And then it has to be divisible, super sloppy, sorry, by 3. Did it go into 3? No, it did not. So it does not go into 6. 7 and 8 don't have a rule. 9, you add up the digits, and the digits have to go into 9. And this was 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 doesn't go into 9 evenly, so it doesn't go into 9. 10, it has to end in a 0. And that does not end in a 0. Okay, now let's go back to our problem. Over here, where it says the rule, it's just to remember that a number is divisible by 6 if it's even, and it's divisible by 3. All right, so we have a number here, 172. It's a 3-digit number. We have ones, tens, and hundreds. If you have 17n, that's 170 something. This is not 17 times n, okay? That's different. they put it in a box so you know it's actually the ones place number. So it's a 3-digit number where the last digit is unknown, so we don't know it. Okay, if it's a 3-digit number that is divisible by 6, what is the value of n? Okay, so I'm going to go through these steps. Think, how can I use the rule and trial and error to find the value of n? Well, what's the rule? First of all, it has to be divisible. So let's think of the number. Let me erase all this. I think I can tap this and do that. Yeah. All right, so let's think of what it could be. It could be 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 5, 6, I'm getting tired, 77, 8. I've been working on this since about 11:30. Okay, and it's now 5 o'clock. Okay, so first of all, if it's divisible by 6, it has to be even, right? So that means this one's out, and this one's out, and this one's out, and this one's out. If you just want to watch me, you can. You don't have to write anything on this one. And this one's out. So that leaves me with this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. The second thing is, if you add up the digits, it has to be divisible by 3. All right, 1 plus 7 is 8. Does 8 go into 3 evenly? No. 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 2 is 10. 10 doesn't go into 3. 1 plus 7 is 8, plus 4 is 12. This one works. What about 176? 7, 8, plus 6 is 14. That does not go into 3. 7, 8, 16 does not go into 3. So based on that, and that's just what we did right here, based on that, I know that the missing number has to be 4. And there it is down here, right here. Okay? Now we could extend this problem by saying, find one that's divisible by 9. Well, let's just take these numbers. We'll just go through them again. You have to add up the digits and see if they go into 9. 1 plus 7 is 8, so that doesn't work. I'm just going to use my erasing thing for this one. How about that? Okay. 7 plus 1 is 9, so that would go into 9. This 1 plus 7 plus 2 is 10, so I'm going to get rid of that one. 7 plus 1 is 8, 11. This one's 12. Whoops, come on. This one's 13. This one's 14. This one's 15. This one's 16. And this one's 17. So we are left with one number that will go into them, and that would be 171. Okay, now go down here to the bottom. I'm going to erase everything. All right, look at the bottom. So 59N is a 3-digit number, so it's 590 something. What one is divisible by 6? All right, so I'm just going to use this. We have 591, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, don't forget 0. 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? All right, let's figure out what that third digit is. For 6, it has to be even, right? So get rid of this one. I'm going to just use my erase. It's so fancy. Right? Can't be that. Can't be any odd numbers. Has to be even. Right? Okay. And then if you add up the digits, it has to be divisible by 3. So it starts out with 5, 9, right? One of these or more will work. Okay, let's add the digits. 5 plus 9 is 14, right? So 14 does not go into 3 evenly. This one, 16, right? 11, 16. 16 does not go into 3. 14, 18. 18 does go into 3. 14, 20 does not go into 3. Come on. And 14, 22 right? Does not go into 3. So we're left with one number, 594. So what is the end? What is the end? The end was 4. That's how you do the answer. Okay, I'm going to do one more with you, and then you're on your own for the other two, okay? All right, for number 2, 7n is a 2-digit number. What is the n? Okay, in 7n over 3. So it doesn't mean 7 times n. Don't let that confuse you. It's not this one. Whoops, had it been like this, remember, we would have had a whole different thing, an algebra problem. But it's not that. That n has to be something in a 2-digit form. So it's 70 something. And 7n is a 2, and so it has to be divisible by, look right here, we're dividing by 3. So it has to be divisible by 3. Okay? So let's think. 70, what is that? That's 7. That doesn't go into 3. Right? How about 71? That's 8. That doesn't go into 3. How about 72? That's 9. That does go into 3, doesn't it? 73, that's 10. Won't work. 74, 11. Won't work. 75, 12. Oh, that'll work. 76, 13. 77, 14. 78, 15. That works. 79 is 16. That won't work, and we have to quit because the next one would be an 8. So we have 3 possibilities for this one. Oh, wait a minute. Oh yeah, these all can go into 3. So I'm not done yet. I forgot about this part. All right. So now, if you divide each of these by 3, which these are all divisible by 3, but in this problem, your answer has to be 25. Okay? So if I take 72 divided by 3, I get 24. Doesn't look like that'll work. If I do 75 divided by 3, 3 goes into 72 with 1 left over. Oh, guess what? That one equaled 25. And if I do the 78, it's not going to work. 78 divided by 3, 2, 28 into 3 is... Wait, did that even go into 3? Yeah. What did I do wrong? Oh, let's see. What did I do? 7 into 3, 6. Oh, it's a 1. There we go. 18. 3 into 18 is 6. And that does not work. So the only one that works was the 72, right? No, the 75 worked. I'm sorry, guys. It was the 75 that worked. So the missing number is a 5. Did I make that worse or make it better? I probably made it worse. Okay, I am going to quit there. If you have any questions on any of this, you can call me and ask me. So the only 2 problems you have on your own are number 3 and number 4. See how you do on those 2. And then I'll try to put some more lessons up as we go through the week. I miss you guys. Hope you're all doing well. And have a great day. See ya. Bye-bye. All right.